Hi, welcome to another at-home yoga practice. I was asked yesterday to create a slightly longer practice for people, so I hope this fits the bill. I'd like to start by setting my intention, which actually comes from the book of 1 Thessalonians. Let me start with the verse, and this is out of the Message version of the Bible. Gently encourage the stragglers and reach out for the exhausted, pulling them to their feet. Be patient with each person, attentive to individual needs. And be careful when you get on each other's nerves, you don't snap at each other. Look for the best in each other and always do your best to bring it out. So this just really hits me close to home right now. We're home sort of in splendid isolation here, and I'm doing my own version of homeschooling for my student, and I feel like I have blundered into where angels fear to tread. This is something I said I would never ever do, and here we are. This is day 2, not quite as smooth as day 1, but we're making it work. And my son is currently napping, as are the dog and cat. So if everybody stays that way, I will be offering this slightly longer flow. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I guess I'd like to say that 1 Thessalonians is a letter of encouragement sent by the Apostle Paul to the church that he started in Thessalonica. And basically, this part of it is offering instructions for godly living. And I think in this strange new reality that many or most of us find ourselves in, it's helpful to keep this front of mind, these verses. In fact, I think I should probably tattoo them on my arm. Gently encourage the stragglers and reach out for the exhausted. There are a lot of stragglers right now. There are a lot of exhausted people. Pulling them to their feet. Like, let's help people get back on their feet. Let's help everybody stay on their feet. Stay in wherever they need to be. Be patient with each person, attentive to individual needs, and be careful that when you get on each other's nerves, you don't snap at each other. Words to live by. And then the best. Look for the best in each other and always do your best to bring it out. So as many of us are finding ourselves at home more than we usually are, I think these are great words to keep in mind from 1 Thessalonians 5. And also, it's so important to take care of ourselves. And I think yoga is a wonderful way to take care of yourself. Even if you can just spend 10-15 minutes just taking some time for deep breathing, just collecting your wits, gathering your feelings together, and taking some time for just gentle stretching. It's very healing. At least that's how I have found it. So that's why I'm sharing a flow today. So thank you for joining me, and I will begin. And full disclosure, I've never taped a full length or a longer course before. So we'll just see how this goes. So find yourself in a seated position, or standing if you prefer. We're just going to start by breathing. Just recognizing where we're holding our breath, where we're carrying tension, whether breath is in your nose, it's in your throat, it's in your chest or in your belly, and wherever you're finding your breath at this moment, just see what you can do to bring it deeper into your body. And I would like to think about this as relaxing the ribs. Less of an inhale, like a forceful practice, but just loosening, allowing your ribs to loosen, and just letting the vacuum inside your body just bring the air in. And then letting it go. Through the nose, through the mouth, whatever feels best for you right now. Letting it come in and releasing it. Letting it come in and releasing it. Let's just start to loosen up the neck, a little bit here. And as always, don't do anything that hurts. Just penduluming from your left ear to your left shoulder, down to the center of your chest. Back so the right ear is that right shoulder. If you'd like to supplement this by rubbing a little bit on the muscles here, if you feel a tightness, just gently work it out. When you come to the center of your chest again, lift your chin straight up, just looking up towards the sky, up and then down. Doing everything intentionally. Feeling the muscles, finding the places that need loosening. So we can focus on those throughout this practice. Inhale your arms up and stretch. Feeling a nice opening in the side body. You can have your hands together or apart. Just reaching and loosening. Inhaling, arms high. Inhaling actually up through the crown of the head. And exhale, looking to one direction, bringing one arm forward and the other arm back. Inhaling up and twisting the other direction. And one more time, inhaling and exhaling. And inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and bring your arms down. If your legs are crossed, you might want to switch which leg is in front here, just to keep some variety. So then we're going to bring our arms forward, palms facing forward if possible. And then inhale your arm open, one hand to the side, like a stop sign, and exhaling it back to the front. And inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling, and inhaling, and exhaling. We're going to spin our wrists here. And we'll put hands on the shoulders and rotate those shoulders. Loosening up the top part of our bodies. Release from the shoulders. And just take a moment to massage your palms. Our fingers and our wrists and our palms can get really tense with all the texting and trying to keep in touch with people or writing notes to ourselves or writing books or whatever. So just rub that palm nicely. And then if you'd like, you can just sort of imagine taking the energy out of that pinky finger and just flicking it away, massaging that ring finger and flicking, tall man and flicking, index finger and flicking. And then when you come to the thumb, you can make a little fist and just kind of separate the thumb from the rest of the fingers and even turn it like a little joystick. Just loosening up the thumb. So neglected. And we'll switch hands. So massaging the palm of the other hand. If you want to do the wrist as well, feel free. This is your time and nobody's watching you. So just loosen up all those muscles and tendons. And then come to your pinky and Do a little massage there and just, you can flick it away. All that tension, gone. Coming to that thumb, separating it from the rest of the fingers. I find one thumb is a lot harder to turn than the other, which is kind of interesting. I guess if you're right-handed, maybe you get a little more tense on the right hand, I don't know. Anyway, okay, great. So now we'll come down to our mats. You can put your feet on your mat and then just gently lower yourself down. And if you like, you can spread your arms out for a little balance, and maybe even put your feet towards the outer edges of the mat, and drop your knees to one side, nice and slowly. Windshield wipering your legs from side to side, feeling the lower back, the hips, maybe even the thighs loosening a bit. Just go at your pace. Letting go. And then pressing your waistband into the mat, bring your knees in towards your chest. You can just rock a little side to side here, massaging that lower back. Let your head follow you as you rock. It doesn't need to be standing firm. And then let's bring hands and feet towards the sky. And again, just swivel, rotate your ankles and your wrists in one direction and in the other direction. And I like to lift way up and then let my shoulders settle down onto the mat. Just bringing awareness to where we hold our tension here. We'll inhale, and on your exhale, engage your core and bring that right hand and left foot down to hover over the mat. And exhale, and we'll switch. Bringing right leg and left hand down to hover. And exhale. And inhale again. Right hand, left foot. And exhale. And left hand and right foot. And exhale. Again, hug your knees, rock side to side a little bit. Then we'll bring our left foot down onto the mat and cross that right ankle just above the left knee. Okay, this is a figure four or a reclined pigeon. So we can start here and just push that knee a little bit away from you to get a little stretch here in the inner thigh. And then if you like, you can lift that left foot up, bringing that right leg towards you, and then reach through between the legs and either pull on the back of that thigh or on the front of the shin, okay? Just pull to where it's comfortable. If you like, you can rock side to side, get a little motion there as well. Releasing that outer thigh all the way back up into the glutes. If you'd like to bring this into a twist, you can bring that the sole of the right foot down to the left side, and then you can push that right leg a little bit away from you and look over your right shoulder. Always breathing into the tight areas. wherever you're at, untangle and return your knees to your chest. We'll stretch here. And then we'll switch, bringing the sole of the right foot to the mat and that left ankle just above the right knee, pushing that knee a little away from you. And then lifting that right foot up, bring the left leg towards you and holding on either behind the thigh or in the shin, on the shin. Getting a nice stretch here. You can really feel it, especially if you've been sitting a lot. It's a nice way to stretch out. If you'd like to bring it into the twist, bring that left foot down onto the mat beside you and look at the opposite direction over the left shoulder. When you're ready, inhale your knees back into the chest. Couple breaths here. You might want to do happy baby if you like that. Bringing your feet towards the sky, knees into your armpits. You can hold on behind your thighs or on the soles of your feet and just rock gently from side to side. Massaging your lower back. Just going back to maybe baby times where you didn't have to worry about anything and life was perhaps a little simpler. All right. We'll roll up here onto our mats and heading onto hands and knees into a tabletop position, a neutral spine here. So come into tabletop where your hands are right, your wrists are right below your shoulders and your knees are below your hips. And find that neutral spine, being aware of the belly, that it's not falling towards the ground, but that you're supporting it in this position. And on your next inhale, we'll inhale, crown of head towards the sky, tailbone towards the sky. And then exhale, tailbone comes down towards the earth, crown of head comes down towards the earth. Inhale again. And exhale. Inhale into your cow. And exhale into your cat. We'll push right back into child's pose. You can be reaching your hands forward here and sitting back, or if you prefer, you can have your knees wide and your toes together and your hands can come around the outside like this. If you don't like to get that far down onto your mat, you can always bring a block or a dictionary or something and set your head on the block or chest on the block. Whatever works for you. This is a resting posture, and you can return to this at any time during the practice. When you're ready, you can tuck your toes here and press up into your downward facing dog. The first downward facing dog perhaps of the day. And this is actually a standing posture. So think of your legs supporting much of this pose. Heels are heading towards the mat. Chest is coming towards the thighs. And breathe. Feel free to walk your dog or to wag your tail, just to loosen up wherever you need to loosen. And when you're ready, walk to the front of your mat. I'll meet you there. Actually, I'll step back a little bit. All right. So here we're going to inhale. Arms go up, ribs stay in place. Nice deep breath here. And exhale, hinging from the hips into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up into your mountain. Exhale, forward fold, right from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising up into your mountain. So I think at this time, a lot of us feel like warriors. You know, we're fighting for our health, we're fighting for our family's health and education and whatever everybody needs, our jobs. So I keep thinking about warriors today, and we'll do some warriors, kind of head into a flow of those. But we'll start, let's start with a warrior one. Okay, so what I'd encourage you to do is start by stepping, you're standing at the front of your mat. We'll step that left foot back. Okay, and with straight legs first of all. So your right leg is straight in front, the left leg, the right foot is pointing straight. The left foot is angled out a little bit or in a little bit, however you're comfortable. Your hips are basically facing forward here. And we'll just start, we'll inhale, bending that front knee over the ankle. Always being careful that that knee is over the ankle to protect the knee. That alignment's really important. So we'll inhale and exhale. Feel free to adjust your stance as you need. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. On this final time, we'll hold it for 3 breaths. Inhale, and feel free to adjust as needed. Then you can bring your hands behind you. If you'd like to clasp them, you can open up those shoulders nicely. And we're going to go into humble warrior from here. Inhaling and exhaling, bringing the chest inside that right thigh. And inhale, straightening back up, and exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. On this last one, we'll hold it. Exhale. Taking 3 breaths here. Inhale, rising up. Bringing feet together. And just pause for a moment here to feel where your body is at. Just in your nice mountain, supported by your feet. Listening to your body. Then we'll shift. We'll go into our warrior one. On the other side, bringing right foot back, left foot forward. With our straight legs to start. And then we'll inhale, bringing a bend to that front knee, and adjusting as needed. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Again, checking out that knees over the ankle. Exhale. And inhale, we'll hold here. All right, now we'll bring our hands behind us again, letting your chest, your heart shine through the shoulders here. Inhale and exhale into that humble warrior. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And again, here we'll hold the pose and breathe. And inhale to rise up. Bring your feet together and pause again. In a mountain pose here. Just feeling where you're getting a little looser, what's still tight. We'll inhale and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, and you can repeat that if you like. Otherwise, you can exhale, forward fold, stepping back into your plank. We'll hold this, and you can have your knees down or up. Just going for a straight line from crown of the head to either down towards your knees or to your heels. A few breaths here. And then lowering to the floor. Maybe your knees go first. Lowering down. On your next inhale, a little back bend, either a baby cobra, or maybe you prefer sphinx, bringing your elbows under your shoulders. A few breaths right here. And if you're doing cobra, you might want to make it a moving one, going down and up. Releasing to the floor, pushing back up through plank, and downward facing dog, and then returning to the front of your mat. Rising up into your mountain. Let's do that again. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. exhale, forward fold. Stepping back with the other foot, probably your left foot, into your plank. Exhale down to the floor. Inhale into whatever back bend you prefer. And exhaling up through downward facing dog. And your next exhale, coming forward to the front of your mat. Rising up into mountain. Very nice. Okay. So next, we're going to have our, take a wide-legged stance on our mats, toes facing forward for starters. And then we'll take the right foot, turning those toes out 90 degrees, and left foot in a bit, whatever's comfortable for you. We're heading towards warrior two here. So we'll put our hands on our chest and inhale, opening wide, bringing that front knee over the ankle, and exhale, straightening the legs. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. This time we'll hold. A few breaths right here, making your micro adjustments as needed. Checking to see that your knee is over your ankle. You can see the big toe there peeking out inside that front knee. And shoulders are over hips. We don't want to be going too far forward or back. And coming back to center. And just holding here in your wide-legged pose. A couple of breaths. Feeling where the tension has left, or maybe where there's some new tightness. So we can focus on that as we head into the other side. So move that left foot, the left toes, out 90 degrees, and the right toes come in. And again, placing hands over heart, and we can exhale into this side. And exhale. And inhale, making those micro adjustments as needed. Can you see your toe inside that left thigh? Shoulders are over hips. We'll hold here. I hope that was the right count. Back up. Taking a moment here just to breathe. Feeling where we're at. Now that we've loosened up with a couple of the warriors, I'd like to just take you through a flow that I really like, and I hope you like it too. It's a few warriors, and it's kind of forward and back, and I think you'll be able to follow it pretty well. So starting at the front of your mat, I'll face this way. We'll bring that left foot back into our warrior one, okay? So rising to warrior one, the front knee is bent, the left foot is angled in, knee over ankle. Inhale here, and bring hands behind you to exhale into humble warrior. And then inhale, rainbowing your arms around into warrior two. So your hips are now facing the side, looking out over that front hand. On your next inhale, we'll go into reverse warrior. Bring that right hand towards the sky, left hand down. And then we'll exhale into extended side angle. Bring that right forearm on the right thigh, and left arm can be up like this or straight up behind your back if you have shoulder issues. Whatever works is fine. And then inhale, straightening the front knee, reaching the right hand towards the sky for reverse triangle. And then stretch throughout that side body, the right side body. Then we'll inhale. The arms are parallel to the floor, and we move forward as if we're serving a platter, getting ready to stack the hips and the shoulders into triangle. Bring that right hand either onto the shin or a block is fine, and you can look up at that raised hand or straight ahead or down, whatever works for your body. It might be different on each side, it might be different depending on the day. And then we'll come and bring our hands to the mat into a lunge here. You can do low lunge or high lunge, whatever works for you. Just stretching from crown of head through tailbone, through heel. And then bringing that left foot up closer into pyramid. A nice little stretch here. Again, feel free to use a block if that's helpful for you here. And we're going to stretch forward into Warrior 3. So inhale, Warrior 3 can be like this, keeping that kickstand, or you can start to fly that left leg, keeping the hips as level as possible. You can do airplane arms, arms straight ahead, on blocks, at heart center, whatever works for you. A couple of breaths right here. And then you can land that leg. We'll inhale, stretching high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stretching high again. Hands to heart center. Taking a moment just to feel. Just to think about living together and how we make this work as families, as people in community, bringing out the best in one another. Sometimes it takes bringing out the best in ourselves first so we can bring out the best in others. And now we'll do it on the other side. So we'll bring the right foot back this time into Warrior 1. So again, the knee is over the ankle here. The right foot is turned in. Inhale, rising up. Making the adjustments you need to. Next exhale, bring your hands, clasping them the opposite way if possible, and exhaling into your humble warrior, stretching from crown of head through the tailbone. Couple breaths. On your next inhale, we'll rainbow the arms into Warrior 2. So again, shoulders are over hips. Hips are sideways. You can see those toes inside that knee. Looking out into the distance over that left hand. Inhale, reverse warrior. And then we'll exhale into extended side angle, bringing that left forearm onto the left thigh, and the right arm can be up, behind, or overhead like this. Find what works for you. We'll inhale, rising up, straightening front leg, left hand goes high into reverse triangle. Inhale, open. And move forward. Bring that left hand forward like we're serving a plate. Getting ready to stack shoulders and hips. And that right hand goes high if possible. You can always do these things behind your back if that's better. And looking up, middle or down, wherever you're at on this side today. And then we'll bring that right hand down and the left hand down, framing that left foot into a lunge here. Again, low spine or high. And then we'll bring that right foot forward, straightening the legs, pyramid legs here. Getting ready for our warrior three, whatever that looks like for you. Inhaling into it. Whether it's a kick-standed warrior three, or if you want to fly that right foot. And land that. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, rising up to your mountain. One more time, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. All right. If you have anything you want to shake out before we get down onto our mats, feel free. I hope you feel loosened up in the shoulders and the hips and the thighs and legs. All right, so join me on your mat if you would. So one of my favorite things is cow face pose, and the legs can be challenging for people. So feel free to stay in just a simple cross leg if that's better for you, or even kneeling, whatever works. But if you'd like to, you can try this. The most important thing is to keep the 2 points, the sit bones on the mat, okay, but you don't want to be up on the side, on the edge. But you can bring that left knee right out from the left hip and then cross over so the right knee is stacked on top of the left knee. And bring a nice little flex to your feet here, okay? And then we inhale, our arms nice and open wide. Maybe you want to loosen up the shoulders a little bit first here. We can just give a couple hugs. And then what we do is bring that left elbow towards the sky, okay? And then turn that right thumb down, facing the floor, and bring that arm around and try to touch the fingertips or grab the fingertips, whatever works for you. But the most important thing is that we're opening up the shoulders and the chest and the lungs, and so that right elbow is at the sky and left elbow is basically pointing down. Or sorry, left elbow's at the sky, right elbow's pointing down. Okay? And then when you're ready, release. And roll those shoulders. Now, anybody who's been in my classes probably knows this is my favorite little trick that I learned a long time ago, but if you would like, you can join me in this. So, keeping your legs in this odd cross, lean towards your left side, putting weight on that right foot, and then just twist around all the way to the other side. So now your left knee is over the right knee. I probably didn't explain that very well, but maybe in a future video I'll do that one, just for fun. Okay, so anyway, regardless, your sit bones are down, you've got cross-legged or wherever you're at, or you have your left knee stacked over your right knee, okay? So this time, we'll open up wide, bringing that right elbow to the sky, turning that left thumb down for greater mobility, and bringing it behind and reaching for those fingertips. And this is something we can also use a strap for. I didn't bring my strap here today, but you can drop the strap from the top hand and grab to the bottom, so then you're just pulling on the strap with both hands. That's another way to go to work into this posture. But regardless, we're just trying to open the chest and the shoulders. Okay, feel free to unwind. All right, and then we'll just do a little forward fold here. So bringing that right leg out wide, flexing that foot, bringing the left foot in, inhaling overhead, rising through the crown, turning so that your belly button is kind of over that right leg, and just gently lowering wherever you're at. I don't lower very far, so this is where as good as it gets. And then inhaling those arms up and bringing that left hand outside the left hip, right foot down and reaching. And exhaling. We'll do it one more time. Inhaling to rise up, exhaling over that right leg. Inhaling, left hand outside the left hip and reaching. And return down. Switching legs. So left leg goes out, right leg comes in. Inhaling up and turning so your belly button's over that left leg. Exhale. Inhale, rainbowing over, right hand by right hip, and stretching. Inhaling back to seated, and belly button over leg. Exhale over that leg. Inhaling, right arm by right hip, and getting a nice side stretch here in the left side body. And returning to the mat. All right. So now if there's anything else that you would like to loosen up or whatever, you might want to pause here or just loosen it right now. Anything that still feels like it needs a little stretching. And then if you would like, I've recently really started to like legs up the block. So I would just show this to you, and you can do that for a few minutes before heading into a final resting posture of your choice, whether you like to be in Shavasana, flat out, or if you like to be in child's pose, or if you prefer a seated position. So this legs up the block, you could also do this as your final resting posture if you want to go legs up the wall, against the wall. I don't think I have an empty one here, but anyway, this is legs up the block, and if you like this, it can feel really good. So you have a block, or a dictionary, and pressing your waistband into the floor, inhale up, and stash the block right under your sacrum here, right under your hips. And then you can bring your legs up and just be very still here with your heels or your ankles over your hips for maybe 3 minutes or whatever feels good for you. If you have a hard time with stillness, you can also do some acrobatics, like pretend you're a kid in a pool or something, and scissor your legs or open them wide like a book, or do a nice slow motion bicycle, whatever you think might feel good. I personally really like having the stillness for a few minutes, like this. Maybe take 3 minutes, and then bring the feet down, gently lift up, and then lower yourself into your final resting position. And it just is so relaxing. It's a great way to take a break from all the demands of daily life, especially these days. So I invite you to take a little time here at the end, and I'll just read the verse one more time before I let you go. Thanks so much for being with me today. I hope you enjoyed this. This is again from 1 Thessalonians 5. Gently encourage the stragglers and reach out for the exhausted, pulling them to their feet. Be patient with each person, attentive to individual needs. And be careful that when you get on each other's nerves, you don't snap at each other. Look for the best in each other and always do your best to bring it out. Peace be with you today.